God is the greatest politician, and everything he does and says is always political. What makes God, the supreme government, unique is this: he only tells you to do what he does on a daily basis, and what he tells you is what is known as commands in the Bible, but regarded to as public policy in modern politics. What the word public means to God is different. I'll be explaining that toward the end of this video. Now, I would like you to pay full attention to this part, because this is going to change the way you think towards God. God, the supreme government, made a policy in Genesis chapter 1 verse 28. Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the earth. Like I explained in my other video, in politics, the keywords you use in communicating to people depends on their occupation and thought process. The word fruitful in modern politics is what is referred to as productivity. And speaking in political terms, what determines the growth of a country is the GDP and HDI. What is GDP? GDP means gross domestic product, and HDI means human development index. GDP focuses on economic product and HDI focuses on human development. The second policy God gave was multiply. God is very smart and intelligent when he gave his policies. At first he said be fruitful, which means to be productive. The second policy he gave was multiply, which is what we think about every day and how to go about it. That is consistency. Consistency always comes after you have produced something that is valuable to the public. And I want you to have this in mind, that everything God created was meant to serve the public. The next policy after consistency is fill the earth. The happiest entrepreneurs are those that are having a global business. What I mean by global business is this: that means everywhere you go on the earth, you will see their products there. That is what the word fill the earth means. God is not a small-minded thinking entrepreneur. Anything you start or already doing, either selling or rendering a service, start thinking globally, because that is God's policy for you. Number 4, subdue it. Subdue is a very interesting word in politics. It doesn't mean to control. It actually means to take responsibility for the ups and downs. What brings respect, relevance, and significance to a man before his wife and children is responsibility. Every woman on earth wants a man to be responsible and be proud to say, "That's my man." The same thing is what every citizen wants and expects from their government. The last policy, have dominion. Dominion in politics means power, and power is the ability to influence the actions of others. Others in that definition is talking about the public. Like I said earlier on, I'll be talking about what public means to God. What public means to God is human, plants, and animals. I believe that just as God cares for people, he also cares for plants and animals. Jesus confirmed this in Matthew 6 chapter 26. He said, "Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them." If you read further, you also see that Jesus also talked about King Solomon, not as dressed as flowers, and also the way God clothes grass. So when you hear the word public, what should come to your mind is plants, animals, and people. In conclusion, living like God is a very serious job, and not a wishful thinking, but rather taking action to be productive, consistent, and responsible, so that we can be able to make use of the power that has been stored inside of us even before our existence, not just for ourselves and for the entire earth also. And lastly, I want you to have this in mind, that everything God created was meant to serve the public. So, serve the public. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.